Hi everybody, I'm Catenya McHenry, host of the new show Lifestyle Austin. You know, there's so many amazing people, places, and spaces to see, and on this show we are tapping into the vibe and the electric culture of this city. Every single episode I'm hanging out in a different part of town, from downtown to central Austin, east, west, north, and south. And we're spotlighting some of the most intelligent entrepreneurs, their inspirational shops and eateries, the best music, the hottest real estate, and we're listing all of the energetic events throughout the city. So be sure to watch Lifestyle Austin and see the city like you've never seen it before. All right, let's go swimming. We are now at Antone's, home of the blues. It's been host to hundreds of musicians throughout its several decades, including B.B. King, Gary Clark Jr., Marsha Ball, Ruthie Foster, Barbara Lynn, and so many more. And standing with me now is brand manager Sam Boland, who you have a dream job here.
I do.
Immersed in music every day.
Yeah.
I love it for you.
Thank you.
Tell me just how do you think this place, this club, this historical institution has been here for so long?
You know, it's all about the people that you mentioned, the people that played here and, you know, built the foundations of American music. And it's those people that I think, you know, build that longevity. Club opened in 1975, which was an interesting time because a lot of those big names were still alive, but they were largely out of work. You know, blues just wasn't really popular anymore. Yeah. And so the club's mission really was to celebrate those people and to educate folks who maybe they were listening to the Rolling Stones and they didn't realize that the Stones were doing, you know, a Memphis Slim song or something like that. And so, you know, that's really the mission of the club. It's maintained the mission of the club. And the interesting thing is, like, you had all these old school legends and you had all these young kids who wanted to play with them. And so I think that's the other part, is that all these youngsters got to learn directly from the source. And then, you know, they became, as the guard changes, they became kind of the torch carriers, and, you know, the music just gets passed down generation to generation.
Yeah, and I love that. And I love just the mix of the seasoned versus the younger and the more juvenile musician. How do you think you've seen those generations come together in here, sort of like a mix of the older and the newer?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Gary Clark Jr. earlier, and he started here when he was 14 years old with Yves Monset, and, you know, he's on stage with James Cotton and Willie Smith, and even today, like, Jackie Benson's a perfect example of somebody who was in that crowd and met those people, and she, you know, the roots are in blues, but then she just stretches it to something that's like Jimi Hendrix level of stretching music, you know? It's pretty amazing.
I love that. Well, congratulations on celebrating 50 years.
Thank you.
Here's to 50 more.
How about it? Yeah.
Come on down to hear some music and hear some great performances at Antone's. Here is your first look at a couple of annual events happening throughout downtown Austin, brought to you by the Downtown Austin Alliance. First up, park your car, grab your bike, and take the Art and Parks bike tour that happens during South by Southwest. You can discover the best murals, art, and green spaces. Be sure to grab your tickets and attend Future of Downtown. It brings together the best parts of this vibrant city to ACL Live, celebrating with our community partners, stakeholders, members, and future leaders. This high-energy event is a chance to connect, reflect, and look ahead together. And join the community on September 19th and 20th for Vibe Downtown. As the Downtown Austin Alliance launches a new annual event series, it's to amplify the art, culture, and the vibe of Austin, Texas. Be sure to visit our website, lifestyleaustintx.com, for ticket information. Thank you so much for joining us on this Downtown Austin episode of Lifestyle Austin, brought to you by the Downtown Austin Alliance. Be sure to visit us on social media and visit lifestyleaustintx.com to see more stories from amazing entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Catenya McHenry. We will see you next time. All right, let's go swimming.